Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever, Train Fever Industrialist, and this is most likely going to be the final episode of the series. We are going to be making one major change to the rail network, which is to replace all of our trains because something recently came out in 1972. And so what I would like to do is pop this one open. It is the where is it? The EMD SD40-2. It is available from 1972, which is this year. 105 kilometers per hour, 167 tons, 2,240 kilowatts of power, 410 kilonewtons of tractive effort. We were running double-headed on a lot of our lines. The Alco HH600s, which comparatively, that's 900 kilowatts of power with two of those versus one of these. Yeah, it's quite a lot more power. We could have gone with the EMD GP9, same top speed as the SD40, but it's only 1,300 kilowatts of power, as well as 288 kilonewtons of tractive effort. We were running actually 530 kilonewtons of tractive effort with the Alco HH600s, which I presume the tractive effort combines with these trains. Let's just take a look at one of these trains. If we take a look at this, top speed 80, weight 718, power's 900, power rating is poor. Wow. All right. 16 kilometers an hour on a high slope in 38 seconds or 136 meters. So I'm hoping that this will improve significantly. It'll be a higher top speed, which means, of course, a higher payout. But yeah, definitely more power. And we have $1.33 billion in the bank. Our train lines are making some decent money, although with that said, yeah, we only have one train on each, except for, of course, our original Haywood to Broughton line. So what I am going to do is we are just going to open up all these, and we are just going to go replace now. What do I have for new vehicles? Apparently 31.9 million in new vehicles this year. We are going to replace out, there's 60, we are going to replace 54, replace 42, replace 135, replace 30 million. We're down to $1.01 billion. We're going to do this one and this one. We are going to do that, that, and that. We're going to replace that. 93 there. 29.9 million there. This is Minchinhampton Food. 46.2 million there. Calnay Goods. $38.8 million there. This is 20 million per vehicle. $41.4 million. We're down to $762 million in the bank. Minchinhampton Goods we've replaced out. That one. That one. I think Waltham Coal, yes. And of course I had to add the larger capacity wagons in order to get the higher top speed. We will replace those three out. And I think, yep, I increased the length of these. $60 million. Did I do the same thing with this? 312. Let's replace it out. $27.7 million. Okay, apparently they are full length anyway. We might as well replace out our entire fleet. We have $508 million left in the bank. So we've spent probably around, however much that is, 500, 800 million. We are going to replace those out and those. And Smelton Steel Combat. Yep, 107 million there. 63.2 million there. And the TFMs, I didn't do anything with these. I did set up whatever orders for the 2 new lines we set up. And what I might just do, no, we're going to leave those as is. So we're down to $337 million in the bank. We had new vehicles, $1.03 billion this year. How to spend over $1 billion. Anyway, let's let that roll. And I'm just going to check the quantity of goods. And so it is 1972. I will probably be just fast forwarding until the year 2000. There's pretty much not much else I want to do with this series. We have all the towns connected up, all the towns connected with the TFM, so all the towns can get goods. We have all the passenger lines. Really, the only issue would be to get passenger goods. Or not passenger goods. Passengers. So what we can do is we can add... this is the Broughton to Melton line. Let's buy another Flying Scotsman if I have it. Flying Scotsman. When does the age out? Ooh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let's buy a Flying Scotsman. And BC4s, these age out in 1995. You know what? I am going up to 5 capacity. We are going to clone it 4 times. Oh, actually, no. This is the Broughton to Melton line. It's only a point-to-point. No, we are going to sell that off. Let's only run 1 more on this one. Melton to Broughton. We are going to want... Let's see... I am going to run this across like that. We are going to put down a depot and let's just let time tick. Class A3 Flying Scotsman, and we are going up to 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Let's go 5. We're going to clone it. Although with that said, we're going to run this on the TP Broughton to Calnay. Broughton to Calnay. And do I... Actually, yeah, it goes the length of the map. We're going to set 2 more on the Haywood to Minchinhampton. Or wait a minute. Is that... This should be Haywood to Broughton. All right. Now, over here, we are going to buy trains. Class A3 Flying Scotsman with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to clone it. And this is going to be on the Calnay to Haywood. Over here in Haywood, although, where did I build the depot? We're going to go Class A3 Flying Scotsman with the BC4s. And that is too many. Let's clone it 3 times for the TP Haywood to Melton. Alright, so our passenger services now. Broughton to Calnay, 147 seconds. Broughton to Melton, 3 minutes. Calnay to Haywood, 3 minutes. We got Haywood to Broughton, 3 minutes. And Haywood to Melton, 3 minutes services. The Broughton to Calais. We could probably pull one of those trains off the line, but nope. We're going to leave it as is and just let the passengers flock to our services. I was considering setting up an M300 service to do like local loops around the town, but nah. Let's not do that. We got tons of goods sitting here. And one thing we can do over here. You are one of our SD40s. Oh no, not you. What's going here? Really? Really? You are no pathing. Well, turn around. Oh, really? $320. Oh. Is it because I'd wondered about this? The curved stations. Obviously, the inside track is shorter than the outside track. But I would have... My assumption would be that... Oh, this sucks. Alright, well, that's definitely not your fault. So we are going to throw that like that, and maybe you... Alright, you're able to go. Alright. Yeah, we are going to definitely want to check all of our trains to make sure that... Alright, that one's going to upgrade. Yep. Alright, so yeah, these are able to move. And train number 5 has some problems. You are... What's your issue? Broughton to Calais. What is your issue? Oh, I didn't, Yeah, about that. Okay, I see what went wrong. All right. We'll just double slip those. And what are you doing? Are you too long for your... No, you can't be. This should be a full-length station. Really? And now you are waiting for you to go. All right. And you... Why are you only that length? Oh, I never even upgraded you guys. All right, well, we are going to add 2 more BC4s, replace out $14.6 million. And so looking across the map, we still have a chunk of goods sitting here. We have what's going on here? Let's throw signals. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have the space. I'd have to remove this station and replace it. Even if I were to go up to 3 platforms, what ends up happening is most likely this, or maybe. Let's connect that back up. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have some jam ups here. Not much I can really do about it. Train 83 has an issue. You are no pathing. And that is because you are too short for your... And actually, you went in the wrong platform. Really? Why are we having these issues? Go on to... Really, train? Choosing your own adventure like that? We want to set this to Burton Steel. Flip you around. And we have $560 million in the bank. It is October 1974. Do we want to add any more Flying Scotsmans with the BC4 wagons on them? Or do we just do a fast forward and jump over to the year 2000? We're currently running on 3-speed. Of course, with that said, the time cannot go fast enough. Haywood to Waltham, though. We have only 4 trains. Haywood to Waltham. What I'm going to do... And the EMD AEM. Yep. Let's buy another big boy. And we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are going to run these stake cars as construction materials. 6. And then tank cars with fuel. We are going to clone it 3 times and send it out to the Haywood to Waltham line. Boy. All right. Here's a question. I could probably have the steel conmat coming on the outside. We have Haywood to Waltham using this platform over here. Broughton. And we have Melton and Minchinhampton. Yeah, we are going to upgrade this station. Probably should have done it. There is a collision with what? We killed the track as well. Okay. Let's apply. And you are on the Haywood to Waltham line. Go back. Go back to depot. We are going to need to send you back on the Haywood to Waltham line. Alright, so I am going to want to take this and basically run it into there. We are then going to want to take this and run it into there. Now, do we have any steel trains that flipped around? Not that I can see. That's fine. And we have a big boy that's waiting. Alright, so pretty much it's just over on this side. Throw that in there. We are going to see if we can cross this over. And into there. And now what we want to do is we want to designate, and that's the Bombardier bi-level, the Chevrolet C60, Toronto CR-LV, and the Concorde. It is 1976, so the whatever it was is no longer available. Actually, oh, that's right, the Flying Scotsman. Although we could go with the Class A4, the Mallard, 145 kilometers an hour. That's a possibility. We could upgrade to that. That's available until 1985. It was available starting in 1935. Although then we'd have to upgrade all of our track to high speed. Now, we are going to put the Haywood to Waltham, nope, not that one. Melton to Broughton, or the Melton to... Hey! Alright. We're going to lock that. And that will reduce the amount of queuing happening. And we got a ton of stuff sitting here. I did remove some big boys off the line, although it turns out that the issue here was that we had to wait until full load condition on this line. So yeah, big boys or the oil trains were just sitting here waiting for fuel when they did not actually need to. Let's buy a big boy, and we are going to run maximum length tank cars. We are not going to run that. We are going to clone it twice, and we are going to mention Hampton Oil and Fuel. Because, yeah, we got quite a bit sitting over there. And what I found is that fuel, in addition to oil, gets dropped off here because, of course, the TFM stops here and it can carry fuel. And there are 450 units. We have an issue. Cannot connect all stations. That is, of course, probably because of Waltham Machines and Tools. Yep. There we go. Train 81. Burton Steel. Really? Why are my trains going in this platform? 4. Count to 4, not 5. 4. 4 is your platform, not 5. Oi. Burton planks. Four is your platform, not 5. And we want this to be on Burton Steel. Melton Construction Materials Plant. What is your issue? You're getting no demand. Well, I don't know what to say. Other than you got lots of stone, you got lots of slag. So that's not an issue. You now see 515 demand. The Broughton Oil Refinery. Ship more items. Well, you have 123 units of crude oil. You got no demand of oil or fuel. The issue, of course, could be that we just need to haul the goods even faster. Minchinhampton to Melton. Minchinhampton to Melton. That's in that platform. Let's buy another big boy. And we want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We want... nope. Construction materials. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we want fuel. We're going to clone it. We are going to add it to the Minchinhampton to Melton line. Although with that said, actually, did we only have... Okay. Yeah, we could probably definitely use a couple more trains on that line. We got a ton of stuff down here. The Haywood to Broughton line. Actually, first, how many vehicles? We only have 4 vehicles. Well, what about that? Here. Haywood to Broughton. Yep. Okay. Let's buy trains. We are going to go big boy. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are going to go with 4, 5, and 6. And we need fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are going to clone it and send them out to TFM Haywood to Broughton. And how are we doing passenger-wise? 27.63 for the Haywood to Broughton line. We got... nope. Not very many over there. We got 22 and 11. 53 and 14. If we take a look at our lines and the TP lines, we can see here that we are hauling about 97 of 260, 86 of 160. We have 137 of 260, 261 of 500. So we have lots of capacity on our trains, so there's absolutely no reason other than the fact that the train may just... This train has 100 capacity. It's only picking up 19. Haywood to Melton line. You we no longer have the Flying Scotsman. That is unfortunate. At this point in time, though, what I probably will do, as I kind of want to end the episode... Oh, we got a ton of stuff sitting here. Crazy amounts of goods. Our goods trains are... This is up to a 1600 production limit. Wow. Lots of fuel there. Lots of... Some fuel there. We got products all over the freaking place. Oi. We cannot haul them away fast enough. What is on here? That Haywood to Broughton. Do I have a depot down here? Not really. You are waiting. You are waiting. Got a lot of trains that are waiting. You're an oil train. You're waiting. Oh. You... bother. You both are blocking each other, most likely. Yeah. That one is blocking that one, and this one has to go this way. And this one has to go that way. So what I am going to do, we're going to cross that over there. Now, will this go? Do I have to force you? Really? Oh no. There we go. Go into there. And you're bother. Turn around. Yeah, I might want to rethink this. So we have this on this side. Okay, that still doesn't solve things. You need to come this way. You cannot stop there. You cannot stop there either. I wish I had a button to just ignore the next signal like in Mashinki. Oh, wow. Protein oil refinery. Alright, so I come back. Alright, flip around. Now, in this line, it's going back that way again. Oh, that's because I got rid of the signal. You... Alright, I'm going to need to sort this out. Or just let it run and say screw it. We're just going to let time tick. The solution might be to... Alright, this is the full length of the train, therefore... What we are going to do is we're going to put a signal there. And we are going to run this up to there. Into there. I am going to be disconnecting that. And I'm going to also be disconnecting that. Yep, this track was designed for shorter trains. But it doesn't look like it is flowing. It is 1978. What I'm going to do at this point in time is I'm just going to let things run. If anything interesting happens, I will jump back in. But we will, of course, fast forward to 2000. Alright, so I was noticing something in my money here. And it seems like my money has been ticking downwards. And yeah, for the last couple of years, at the very least, we've been losing quite a bit of money, actually. About 61,000 there. We dropped 80,000 there. 350 here, but running costs are going up. And so if we take a look at the lines that we are losing money on, 34.4 million on the Haywood to Waltham line, 7 trains. Oi. Haywood to Waltham has... Of course. Yeah, about this. Bother. Let's let it run. So, what is the issue? Let me guess. This is waiting for a free path. And what is the issue? You're waiting for a free path. Yep. Okay. You're Haywood to Broughton. Oh. I see what the issue is. Yep, a problem you'd only notice if you had... no. Alright, well that would make a big difference. You can go. You're going to... Apparently, I don't have any signals on this section of track. Alright. Yeah, that would be a concern there. You know, even though I don't want to put signals on the bridge, I might as well. So the issue obviously wasn't that the train station was curved, and therefore it's too long for the station. Nope, it is just that no, not enough signals, and actually one signal was in the wrong spot. Alright, well, it is October 1985. We have 15 more years until, of course, the year 2000. Let's put a signal there. That'll allow that to get going. And so if we take a look at the lines, Minchinhampton Oil and Fuel, those are rolling. I'm guessing because that line was backed up, that was also losing money. Haywood to Waltham. Alright, I bet that. And we have the Burkov Duvedek available. Anyway, we are now hopefully going to be making a profit. We're down to $358 million in income. Well, that's gone up a bit. It is February. We've made $54 million on $70 million of running costs. We are now making a profit. All right. Anyway, I'm going to let things roll again. And I'm just going to monitor my money just to make sure that I am, of course, increasing in the bank money. Not that it really matters. I could have just let things run and crashed. But, yeah, about that. Alright, so we are back, and it is January 1999. I don't know how much time ticked by since I last had the issue over here in Haywood with the train just jammed up. Well, we had another jam up over here. Trains just blocked up, and yeah. So I was taking a look at this, and over the last 20 years-ish, we have had the industries mostly ramp up, and then Burton Goods Factory dropped from 1600 down to 800, and that's been followed up by the Calne Forest. That's dropped down to 800 as well. And it's mainly because, of course, this thing wasn't getting steel because of the jam up. And so then the forest got overloaded with logs because of the jam up. And yeah, so it is April 1999. We are getting very close to the train fever achievement, and I don't know how much I've showed on screen, but I did just let it run, and we have a ton of stuff. Another thing is we actually have, yeah, about this. We have plastic showing up on this line here. What I would like to do, we're going to replace this out, and this likewise is only going to haul goods. And we're just going to go to full capacity. Replace now. I did do a replace out some time ago with my big boys. I was noticing that the running costs were creeping up, and yeah, we've made 350,000-ish on average profit, which is nice. $770 million. And yeah, about 400 millions in running costs. So yeah, we had plastics basically showing up here. Plastics over here. And I don't really want the plastics to show up to the goods factory. This is steel and, yeah, steel and planks. But now we have a ton of steel showing up, and we have a ton of planks, so this should ramp up, hopefully. Melted Machine Factory, this is the only other one that was down to 100, and this is built back up. But otherwise, all the industries are up at 1600 limit. And there's a fair number that are above 1,000 production. And that is a Burton steel train. Are we getting a... We will be... Oh wow, there's no more steel here. Huh. It is December 15th, 1999. And train fever. Reach the year 2000 using only trains. Well, we have $3 billion in the bank. 784 million was the last year's income, and 425 million is the last year's running cost, for a total of $331 million. At this point, I am going to be wrapping things up here, and we have 30 and 19, so we really didn't need too much more in the way of, yeah, passenger wagons. Maybe one or two extra trains, but you know, it is what it is. We have 100 capacity on our trains as it is, so yeah, we'd probably run out of passengers pretty quickly. And this is maxed out on the tools and just 516 machines. Wow. Yeah, about that. You're hauling away tools, machines, food. Anyway, at this point in time, I am going to wrap things up here. It's been an interesting series, and I wasn't sure whether I would be able to accomplish what I set out to do. Turns out it is actually fairly easy. I only used a few mods, mostly aesthetic. The only thing that would have really been maybe cheaty might have been the curve stations, but that, as far as I'm concerned, was created by the developers themselves and should be just in the base game itself rather than being a mod. They didn't want to update the game with the curved stations because it might affect other people's games, and so that's why it is a mod rather than an integral part of the game. Other than that, there were a few trains, including the Mogul, the freight wagons that did have no end-of-life date, which allowed me to have them long after, of course, they would have aged out. I don't think it really would have mattered. It would have forced me to get the larger, more expensive wagons, but considering how much money you make on easy, I don't think it really made much of a difference. And I kept the Mogul around just because there wasn't really anything necessarily, I would say, better at the time. Although the Alco HH600 came out, and for the most part, the Mogul for the most part was handling things. I don't think it really mattered whether I upgraded to the Mikado or not, so that is about that. Thank you for joining me for this final episode of Transport Fever, Train Fever Industrialist. That's it for the series. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott Frisbee Gaming, and as always, have a good day.